this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise Awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together. Yeah. It's one of those things. So I guess, and it's guess what? It's not short as usual. So I guess I better get to it, right?
Okay, you better go do that.
Yeah. Because one of my favorites decided to, wow, it kicked her off and then added her back. All right. I got to make you go away again. Back. Today on weirdness. Anyway, okay, so Shaman's Dream Oracle wanted to talk to you guys again, just in case you enjoyed listening to them. Okay, so we're going to start things off today with the Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. Now, you know the saying, you can't take it with you. While it sounds cliche and completely duh in nature, it's something that far too many take for granted when they're seeking to hoard treasure or bounty for themselves. Can't do anything with it once you're gone, so what are you going to do with it now? Also, what are you going to leave behind so those who come after you can enjoy it? Keeping it all to yourself doesn't help to protect the future. Plan for the future, some might say. Ugh. For now, let's leave that thought pattern to the portfolio creators, okay? In this metaphorical instance, dragons are the keepers of the future. And if you come empty-handed or the expectation of filling your pockets with the gold they protect, you can expect to leave empty-handed. Now, a lot of raised eyebrows might be on that one. What are you talking about, Michka? Now, if you're bold enough to approach a dragon, be ready to receive whatever it will give you, even if it's an invitation to be their lunch. Then we have Lost Compass. Getting back to integrity. Now, if the last card left you perplexed, let's take a different look. If you can't find your way to what you need or want in your life, perhaps you are following the wrong mentors or leaders. If you aren't using your innate gift of intuition, you may find yourself going in circles from one similar situation to another. Tap back into you. Ask if you've been listening to the wrong sources and need to find new ones. Bless the mess that you were in and move on. Yes, it's that simply difficult. Ask yourself if you've been trying to improve yourself for you or for those whom you were listening to. If it's the latter, it's time to take a different look. Get back to your integrity, not theirs. We have Vanishing Mirror up next. Ego Sublimation. This is a great lead-in card for the rest of the week. Who are you when no one's looking? Has your self-definition become too rigid, too unchanging, too miserable? Time to take a different look. Perhaps stop looking in the mirror for the answers. Or is it to take a deeper look in the mirror? Only you know the answer to that. If you give yourself permission, if you are too vigilant in defending that you know yourself, you may be spreading a lie that you're trying to believe. This is okay, by the way, if it works for you. But what happens when the mirror cracks and you see what's lying or what's been lying beneath and covered up by the years of convincing yourself that you know who you are? Well, that's an opportunity to take a different look and see who you really are. an extension of the divine source of all that is. Nothing more, nothing less, and especially nothing less. The farther gate. Bold step forward. This damn card again. I mean, look at the opportunity that we have once again to see that we have options ahead of us. If we're afraid of what's in front of us as we leave old patterns and situations, then we will always be returning through the old gate. And try as I may, I can't prevent from adding here that this is where those in power want you to stay. They want to break you down and believe that you can't get any further than you are right now. They want to dangle the carrot and make you believe that you aren't getting somewhere when you really aren't. Once you lift the veil that was laid over you looking in the vanishing mirror, you'll see the truth for what it really is, and then you might feel like you can safely leave where you are for the next big thing. Then we have a new one. And I have to cross over my face because I have to read this one. Dream Thief. The dream thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell you. She wants you to tell your stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you're reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. And finally, Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. The last card of the last collective of the year of the wood snake, at least from me. You've been working so hard on shedding the skin that you may have felt like you missed opportunities to join the feast of life. Oh my, but no. As we all enter into the year of the fire horse, there are so many opportunities that will be coming your way. There is a catch, though, as we all collectively roll our eyes. What now you might think, whatever you choose, will be what you decide, and whatever you decide will have an outcome. Sounds repetitive and simple. Sure. And it kind of is. But realize that the feast of life before you has always been there. And now the opportunities to really take part in it are opening. Be decisive. Make the conscious choice that you are moving into who you are once and for all. Don't let the past that you've clung to for so long be part of your decision-making process. And before you what if, yeah, but, or what about this thought to death, realize that anything you decide in the future, tomorrow's affect the entire world around you. Knowing this, you don't have to question whether it's going to affect people around you, because it will. So choose. What matters is relishing the experience until you digest all your choice is offering you right now. Just avoid the choice that keeps you hungry. Yes, it's just like that one meal that you had that one time that you couldn't stand. You're not going to eat that again because you didn't enjoy the experience. So why would you do the same now?
I didn't want to say this quickly, but it's a climb, man.
It is.
But all I can say is, and all we can say is,
This is
this
me.
is me.
Facts, right?
Yes.
But we need some more facts, and I got to go away so you can give them.
All right.
Bye.
If we're ready for more. All right, guys. We have some frequent flyers, I'll call them tonight. So, first up, Queen of Swords. This is our present energy. You are in discernment mode, clear, direct, observing, detached enough to see truth. This is the I've been through enough to know better card. This can be trauma informed. This can be a trauma informed boundary queen. Sometimes hope hyper independent, sometimes emotionally guarded because vulnerability once cost too much. Speak the truth. Check whether you're protecting your heart or expressing it. Clarity is power, but softness is not weakness. It's time to take off that I don't need any more armor. Or I don't need anyone armor. All right. In the challenge position, we have the King of Pentacles. This is stable masculine energy. Provider, commitment, long-term security. This could represent a person, a partner archetype, financial or material stability. If this is a person, they may be solid, but also emotionally less expressive. Ask yourself, do I actually want stability or do I just say I do? This card asks you to define what secure love looks like to you. All right. At the root subconscious is Mr. Devil. Here's the real story. Attachment, trauma bonding, power dynamics, obsession, fear, addiction to intensity. This is karmic tie energy and can appear in an anxious avoidance cycle, a dopamine addiction to chaos, or mistaking chemistry for safety. It's fight or flight attraction. That I can't quit you energy. It can cause you to stay bound when you know better. It can cause controlling games or sex or chemistry used as glue. Identify what chain you're still holding onto. The devil doesn't mean evil, it means unconscious attachment. Ask yourself, is this love or is this a trauma loop? All right. Next up, in our past influence, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is collaboration, building something together, trying to make it work. This connection likely had real effort involved. It wasn't imaginary. But trying to fix or teach someone else doesn't work. And you cannot be the emotional project manager. You cannot build alone. Mutual effort or nothing at all. All right. Your conscious goal, we have the Two of Wands. You want expansion. You are no longer satisfied with crumbs. This is, there has to be more than this energy. Choose direction. Stop looking back at the small world. You're meant for a much bigger one. All right, in the near future, we have our old pal, the Magician. This is a power move, manifestation, agency, communication, and skill. This is reclaiming your power after the devil dynamic. You realize now, I create my reality. Align your words with your intentions. You are in manifestation window, so be precise. All right, up next, in your own self-perception right now, we have Mr. Hermit. You feel alone, but not lost. You're searching. You've earned security, but you're still here healing. Don't isolate so long that wisdom turns into loneliness. Healing doesn't require exile forever. All right, in your external energy, we have the Queen of Cups. There is the emotional availability around you. Either someone maturing or you being called into emotional vulnerability. This is sought feminine energy entering the field. Let yourself receive emotional support. Not everything has to be handled intellectually. All right, next up, in your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Swords. This is anxiety, overthinking, nighttime spirals. What if I'm wrong? What if I never find it? This card screams mental rumination. Your nervous system, hypervigilance, old wounds replaying. Your fear is louder than your reality. Anxiety is not intuition. All right. And last but not least, in the outcome of the situation, we have the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. Emotional satisfaction, contentment, fulfillment. But here's the nuance. It's individual fulfillment. This is happiness that begins within. Not we, but I. You finding emotional peace and satisfaction, independent of chaos. This entire spread is about breaking the trauma attachment, reclaiming personal power, integrating wisdom, and stepping into self sourced emotional fulfillment. You're moving on from head protected Queen of Swords to the shadow attachment of the devil, to the anxiety loops of the Nine of Swords, onto the power of the magician, the emotional depth of the Queen of Cups, and the personal contentment in the Nine of Cups. This is the transformation from trauma bond to secure alignment. Break the addiction to intensity. Define what stability truly feels like in your body and use your discernment without freezing your heart. Stop assuming anxiety equals truth. Choose expansion instead of revisiting the old cage. You are not losing love, you are losing attachment disorders. And that makes space for actual fulfillment. The Nine of Cups says you will be happy, but it starts with you stepping out of the shadow pattern and owning your own magic. And that is all.
So, it's not a surprise to me tonight that there are some glitches, lags, or anything weird going on technologically. What I want to talk about tonight, what I want to share with you guys tonight, is something that came up last night when I was doing one of my live streams. Because the conversation turned to protecting yourself and protecting your space, protecting your boundaries. And I was talking about how in my space, if somebody tries to enter in energetically, good luck without my permission because I have such strong boundaries set. Here's the catch, and this goes for every human being on the planet who has one of these. I want you to let that sink in, that you are so connected with everyone, whether it's mentally, energetically, spiritually, you are connected. And the very thing that you hold in your hand for a good portion of the day lets energies in. You can have the strongest barriers. You can burn Palo Santos. You can burn candles. You can set grids. You can set candles. You can pray to God, Allah, Buddha, anybody. And you're still going to hold a portal in your hand for energies to get through. You can put salt anywhere. But see, social media, if you do not protect yourself from what you're watching, what you are absorbing, you could wake up the next day and be like, what? How did these, and where did that? And then all of a sudden, you have people in your chat calling you culty because they don't understand. If you read something and you have a response to it, you have been affected energetically. Why? Because of all of the wiring that happens inside you that puts these pieces together and you affect what you see, what you absorb, and you allow people into your space simply by watching your screen in your hand or on a tablet or on a computer. So please be very careful, especially right now, what you pay attention to, what you agree to, because everything that you agree with, you are taking in and making part of your own thoughts and actions. If somebody wants to make you angry in something that they say and you agree to it, you will become angry. If somebody wants you to think differently and you agree to it, you will think differently. These are portals. They are windows. And you can see directly into someone else's window, especially if you're connected via video. Just something to think about. Because sometimes protecting your space physically isn't enough, and the battlefield is in your mind.
All right, this kind of goes along with the song and integrity and all kinds of stuff, but I had no idea what I was going to talk about till just now. But there's something that I posted on Facebook today that I'm going to read to you, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. All right, there's a special kind of heartbreak in realizing that the person you care about cannot meet you where you are, not because they are cruel and not because you did not try, but because they do not know how to go deeper than where they stand. You see what they could be. You see the tenderness they show in small moments, and you hold on to that like proof. But potential is not the same as presence, and hope is not the same as change. It hurts because you were willing to grow, to learn, to stretch yourself for the relationship. You thought that if you loved them well enough, they would meet you in the middle. But depth cannot be dragged out of someone who is comfortable staying in shallow. And sometimes the hardest truth to accept is this: caring about someone does not mean they are capable of caring for you in the way that you need. So, going along with the words in that song, and just, I mean, even the guy that popped in and making smart ass comments, and our, us standing in our own integrity, it all has fallen to this place where, as the last of this year of the snake sheds off of us, it's time for us to stand up for ourselves, stand up for our boundaries, the way we just did with that guy in here. But we need to do that outside of the internet and hiding behind a computer. We need to learn that we stand up for our boundaries, and we stand in our integrity, and we put ourselves first in all relationships, whether they're parental, whether they're loving, whether they're romantic, whether they're with your children, all relationships. If someone's not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, then you need to stand up for yourself and either fix the situation if they're willing. If they're not, you need to walk away. You need to shed that. We focus on so much of after the fact in any relationship, no matter what, who with. When we lose that relationship, we tend to sit there and focus on, oh, but I'm going to miss this and I'm going to miss that. But think back to the rest of it. Think back to when you were in the relationship. Oddly enough, you focused more on the negative stuff that was going on. And that was your forefront. That was your focus at that point. But you ignored the red flags, or you were in a relationship, say with a parent, or, something that it, takes a while to get away from, but you tolerated rather than be lonely, is what most of us usually think. But if you really think back on those times when you were being treated poorly. You were lonely then too. And you were being hurt. If you're lonely now and being hurt, it's you hurting yourself. And that is the biggest thing. That is the biggest change. That is the whole point of this year, is that we need to stop hurting ourselves. Don't ignore red flags. Don't stick yourself in odd attachment relationships. Stand up for yourself. Stand in your integrity. Be who you are always. And don't tolerate the shit. It's time. Get on that horse, because it's time to go. I'm going. Are y'all coming with me? Micah, come back.
I heard the cue. Yeah, absolutely. And, so many people are stuck in their definitions of the beliefs that they've agreed to, that it blinds them to the fact of how many ways there are to the same outcome. And because they were taught that anything else is wrong, then what they believe, that it turns toxic. And then they stop walking their talk. I respect every human being on the planet that walks their talk.
Even if we disagree with their talk,
Yes.
we still respect them if they talk that talk and walk in that. It's the hypocrisy.
Yep. And nervously say that if man wrote in a book that not believing in the described creator of that book is wrong, you just went against what you believe in. Let that sink in. It's wild how I pulled the cards before I knew who they were for.
Mm.
It was just one of those things of trust. I know that the cards know before me what needs to be said. So, bubble kittens. And what's weird is that when I first drew the world, it wasn't upright. It was reversed, but then it's having one of these things where it can't make up its mind. I mean, it knows everything that it needs to know so that it can be out in the world, but at the same time it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. And I keep waiting for somebody to come and save me 2 of once, but I don't know. I know you spin me right round, baby, right round. It's kind of that thing. But you have what you need, always have, to save yourself, to carry yourself, not needing. I mean, yes, having the guidance from somebody else is amazing, but they can only give you so many tools before they literally have to Boom. Tag.
Words make you.
Tag. You're it.
All right, so you're finally choosing some reality. We got the Five of Cups reversed, and if you've been like me, you've been stuck in some fantasies and things that go on in your head, and after something ends, and you constantly in and out, and unfortunately thinking too much fantasy wise rather than reality wise, but you're choosing reality because you got your strength. And because of that, because you're finally stepping into that reality and gaining strength, you're going through your transformation. And this is what we got to do. And this is where we got to go. We've got to transform out of this crap and not do this to ourselves anymore.
Mhm.
No more.
No more. No more.
No more putting up with bullshit.
No more. No
We're
more.
worth better than that. We're worth more than that. We are better than that.
Yep. We know.
For those of you listening, they said in the chat room, "You're right." We know.
We know. And that's not from conceit either.
No, but we know.
We just know. Because we're going through it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Exactly.
we know. Okay, Han Solos.
The force is with us.
Well, it took a while to crawl up Han's butt. But anyway,
Well,
I'm just
look
saying,
at how
it
old Hans.
eventually got
Look
there,
at how old Hans and Leia are at this point.
right? Anyway,
Mm.
Cash, you're up. Vision Quest. This is the Hangman. And the message that's coming through for this is that you have begun to look at things as they need to be and as they are. You have spent a lot of time looking at things from varying degrees of, well, what about this? But how about that? Yeah, but. And all of these things, they're starting to become less. You're starting to notice that. But there's the one thing that's holding you back is the Son of Water, Knight of Cups. It's that disbelief in the vanity of what you know and why you're here and what you're supposed to do. There's still that essence of vanity. I'm not supposed to have this. This isn't who I'm supposed to be. That's vanity, by the way. Trying to be something that you're not. And paying too much attention to that. And that's what trips your spiritual warrior up. This is the Chariot. So if you want to get it moving, just accept and question less. Because you know that every time you question, it just makes you step backwards where you were, not where you're going. Okay?
You've been stuck because you're stuck in the Knight of Pentacles reversed. That's being timid. That's being not reliable to yourself. That's not stepping forward and doing what you need to do. You need fearless action, and that comes with the Knight of Pentacles. It's time to move. It's time to move forward. This is, you can see the different. Well, he was reversed, but also he's just sitting there. He's not going anywhere. This guy's on the move. And it's time for you to get on the move. And you're going to do that because you're going to get ambitious. Queen of Swords is your ambition, and it's time for you to get going. And you know what you have to do. I know you do. I did that tonight.
Yep. And for everybody else watching, whether you asked for a reading or not, if you're watching the replay, take what resonates with you. Leave the rest to the door. If somebody gets a card and you're like, oh, wait, that describes me, take it. Because it does. Because we're all connected.
And it's a lesson.
Yep. Hopefully she will just give a little wave in the chat to let us know she's still awake, or she can argue
Well,
with
it'll
us.
take 30 seconds before it happens, so you might as well go ahead and give it to her.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait. She got a pair of 8s. Oh, there she is. She gave a little wave. It wasn't that long. We're starting to catch up.
Ooh.
We got 8 of coins and 8 of cups. So, what? Why? Why is this spinning again? Why are things out of order? What's going on? And starting the confusion, and you're just like, God damn it, I'm right back where I started, because that's what 8 of Cups in reverse is about. It's that stagnation and just getting so stuck and just, I don't know what to do with this. Why? Why? Oh, I know why. Actually, I do know why. Because we're not spending enough time by ourselves. Or we're spending too much time by ourselves in our head and not having anybody else to really talk to, or feeling like we can talk to somebody else, and we're just kind of stuck there. But if that's not the case, and you need some time to actually slow down, please give yourself that permission to do. And based on the fact that the 8 of coins and 8 of cups were both reversed, I know that we are dealing with a duality here where both of these instances are happening, which is why I went and explained both sides. Tag.
Well, something's out of balance. Trying to make a choice between something, but for some reason you're feeling defensive. So whatever's going on is keeping that creative power from coming in. But once you figure it out, you've got all the tools. There you go. It's school break, and I have ADHD and an autistic 5-year-old and 2-year-old at home. Yeah, that, or 21-year-old at home. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll exhaust
I'm sure she
you.
just thought, is there a difference?
Yeah, and that's why this balance and multitasking. That's what this card is. That's the description: balance and multitasking. So yeah, you're busy right now, which is getting you a little defensive and a little aggravated, maybe feeling got your guard up. Yep, but you can fix it. You got everything. You always
Breathe.
have.
Breathe.
Yep. Just breathe.
All right, Mr. Jonathan, who just had a rough 24 hours. I'm glad that everything is working out, though. Amazing to see that, and the response. I was pleasantly surprised at how quickly you were taken care of in that instance. So kudos to your hometown PD. Great job. We're going to start off with 10 of water. You got a lot of water in your reading, by the way. Almost all. So things are flowing right now. But the 10 of water reversed typically can mean an outflow of feeling good. Well, see, here's the thing. You have the capability of sharing that outflow because you got so much love inside that it's just bursting out and you want to share it. And anybody who comes in contact with you is blessed by that. You forget about this, so they want to remind you, just in case you forgot, that you do have so much love and you have nothing to prove to anybody. Nothing. Just fucking love them because you're overflowing with it. You seriously are. And the only thing standing in your way is you. The only one putting you against a wall when you feel this way is you. So you don't have to bash your head in or let it spiral out thinking that you're not worth anything, because that's bullshit and that's a lie that you're telling yourself and echoes of somebody else. So if you need to, go back after the show, screenshot this, screen record this, and put it in your favorites so that you can get the reminder when you forget. Okay?
I feel like this is directly related to his incident of yesterday because you got the Ten of Wands, heavy burdens, you got intuition, you dealt with the situation quickly, and your community helped you, and it's bringing victory, and it will bring victory in the results. So I think these cards just basically just spelled out your story from what happened. So pretty much there. That's about all I can say about that. I was like, as the cards came out, I was like, well, all right.
Yeah. And something else. I mean, screen record this whole thing, because what she just said is a reminder that you kept your cool in duress,
Mm-hmm.
that you
And that's why
have
he's
this capability.
victorious. Totally.
Yeah,
Your intuition handled it perfectly, and that's why it's going to be victorious.
yeah, absolutely. So that was a test you passed with flying colors.
Oh,
Don't you love the little tests that the universe throws out? Said no one ever.
yeah. No, I did not. I would not like to have any more tests. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that test. Next. So you got a final message?
I do, but also I didn't know if someone else had, and I forgot to ask you. I didn't know if someone else. I had pulled 3 cards in case someone else, but I'm just going to share them with everybody because what came out was apparently for all of us. Because I've got the Emperor, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune all came out together. We got this, guys. Things are changing. This is good karma. And we step into that role when we step into our authority and our beauty in our hearts as the Emperor and the Empress. And we can all go. We just got to get on that horse. But my final message, oddly enough, I did pull this before the show started. And I couldn't remember what it was. But when I went to go look again, I was like, oh, go figure. It's May You Know Letting Go. Can you see it at all? I can't see it. Can you? Anyway, it's going to be backwards
No.
anyway. May you know the power of letting go. May you find strength and freedom in letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Old patterns, painful thoughts, unhappy ways of being. Bring awareness to where it's hard to let go. Why are you hanging on so tight? Where's the freedom? Remember that a beautiful and tender flower will wilt in a clenched fist. Perfect for this week's messages.
Burnt offerings. Being agreeable has kept you safe and perhaps even praised. You've learned how to be easy and accommodating. But there's a cost to always yielding. Your needs go unmet, your desires go numb, and your worth starts feeling conditional. You don't have to be convenient to be loved. I want to say that again. You don't have to be convenient to be loved. Having needs doesn't make you difficult. It makes you human. Speak up. Take up space. Ask for what you need. And as you enter into the year of the fire horse, let that sink in. Take up space. Claim what it is, who it is that you want, who you are, what you need, because it's going to matter. This isn't woo. You can watch what's happening in the world right now and know that it's on a global scale of change. I'm a water ox, by the way.
I'm a horse. It's time, guys. It's time to take care of us. No one else is going to do it if we don't do it ourselves.
Nope.
Because when we don't do it, we're teaching other people to not do it as well.
Yep.
That was a hard thing for me to grasp, but that is a fact. If you don't take care of yourself and other people see that, they're going to treat you the same way you treat yourself.
Yep.
So put yourself first.
Confidence is not conceit.
It is not.
Beauty is not vanity. And love is not staying silent when you're angry
Or hurt.
or hurt. Forgiveness is not allowance or excuse. Whatever it is that you have shed, bless it, burn it up, and rise.
Awaken.
Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise Awakening, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.